Hello, welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2014. This is the 4x4 DLC. Last time out we had just fixed this suspension issue for Invoice 16. It was relatively straightforward. Let's see who's next through the door. Here we have it, Invoice 17. Now, having looked through the forums a while back for Invoice 13, which was a problem, I noticed several people also saying Invoice 17 is also broken. So, I have that in mind. Okay, the person got this piece of junk from one of their clients. He wasn't using it, so he took it for free. That's the only advantage. Car needs a thorough checkup. Okay, so I'm worried if people are struggling with this, they might have the same issue that I had in that, what was the problem I had? The problem I had was that one of the wheels I replaced, I'd put back on the wrong side, and that apparently mattered quite a lot, which I thought was ridiculous, but there we go. Right, let's start off by doing some tests to highlight the quality of the different parts. Yeah, here we are. Clack, clack. It's a fairly uninspiring interior. I mean, even the seats look plastic. And of course it's all on the wrong side. Being from the UK, I expect to be sat on the other side of the car to be able to control its pedals and such. Blah, 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 blah. Well, in fact, I'm not moving up and down, so the suspension's obviously quite soft, or something. Oh yeah, not being jiggled at all. Suspension's obviously in perfect condition. Okay, so we're back from that test. Now I'm not quite sure what it does, but it's probably useful to do one of these OBD scans as well. Beep. Yeah, that's right. This is where you try and twist it out of your own hand before it finishes. Woo. Alright, it's done whatever it was doing. I do like the noise of the car doors closing. I've always liked that noise. And they do it quite well here. Right, reminding myself what the hell I'm doing. Alright, we don't know is the problem. I have all sorts of problems. Okay, well, let's start with the engine. Sort the engine out. 54. Alright, that's quite low. Not low enough to be a huge problem, I don't think. 53, we need to look at the sparkles. 53. 53. Oh, really? 53%. This used to be the number, doesn't it? 57. 69. Okay, that's not too bad. There's the module. Module's at 60%. Okay, so let's put the wires back on. Don't know if you can hear that, but my cat is trying to help. I've tried to tell her before, she's not really the mechanical sort, but she's determined to be involved. Oil filter, that needed replacing. Alternator's alright. Serpentine belt looks a bit dead, yes. As does the timing belt. Oh, these bits look a bit knackered. But they're all in the 50s, like the sparkles. Yeah, timing belt's knackered. Can we examine these without removing them? Okay, so the water pump's dead. That won't be helping the engine at all. Watching it overheat. And the crankshaft pulley, can we examine that? No. It looks knackered, but it's not our problem. That I can deal with. Right. Okay, and the starter motor. Oh, that's a beauty. 69%, okay, that's fine. Right, so gearbox is okay. We don't know about the clutch, of course. I don't know if we can... Oh, hello. Okay, clutch is fine. How about that for cheating? That's a lot quicker than doing that, taking all the bloody stuff off. Right, okay, so the engine bits so far are fairly straightforward. Just have a quick check. We've got oil filter, serpentine belt, timing belt and water pump. I don't know if we can fix the water pump on here. Oh, we can. Awesome. So we need a couple of belts and an oil filter. I didn't check the air filter, did I? Okay, so a couple of belts and an oil filter. No, an oil filter, please. Yes, and some belts. So it's not a V6. Is it a V8? Oh, there was only things on one side, wasn't there? So it's just ordinary timing belt. Yeah. Serpentine belt, ordinary. Vanilla. It's a muggle timing belt. Okay, let's not Harry Potter it up. Okay, so oil filter. Let's be in assemble mode. Oil filter. Cat got bored and left. See you, cat. I've never had to replace an oil filter cap. Yeah, there's a piece of information. Randomly volunteered. It's like someone walking up to you in the street and saying, "I've never needed to get on a train before." Right. Whilst that's faintly interesting, I'm not really sure why you're telling me. Okay, so that's the engine, I won't say spruced up, but returned to a potentially working doodah. Now, we could check the oil. That's something we could do, because the oil's probably black. If I could bloody do the... Oh, the oil's not black, but there's not enough of it. So let's whack a whole bunch of oil in it. Okay, so it's got some nice black oil in it. Right. Drive axles, they don't look very happy. So let's move on to the suspension. Was that... The battery was alright, wasn't it? Oh, let's just close the hood. Yeah, I'm sure I checked it. Okay, so, right, let's get the wheels off. Standard suspension check. Check the brakes and everything. Brake pads are acceptable. Calipers okay. Brake disc okay. Cool. So, outer tyre, inner tyre okay. Good. Suspension arm is acceptable. Sway bar doesn't look good. Drive axle looks horrific. Can we just examine it without taking it out? Yes, we can. But only on this side. Okay, whatever. So, drive axle. Did I buy a drive axle? Was that not something I bought? Drive axle, right, when I was trying to work out what was wrong with the piece I needed that was actually the inner rod. I ended up buying all sorts of bits. But what I actually need to do was just put the car on the ground and then try and attach it, and that would have worked. Who knew? Right, so the brake caliper needs repairing. Brake pads. Brake disc is fine. Okay. Inner tyre rods, fine, it's tyre rods, yeah. Suspension, whatever that was I clicked on isn't a happy. Oh, I have to take the sway bar first, which is okay though. And then I can remove the suspension. What's this? Shock absorber, of course, yeah. Right. The Thaxel probably wants to come off. No, Thaxel is fine. Bush seems fine. That's something we can't fix. Okay, so oh, did I check the suspension spring? Probably did, but let's just double check. Yeah, 16%. Okay, so what was that? It was a shock absorb something front right. Shock absorber B front right. Let's just quickly check to see if I can fix anything. Shock absorber A, probably. A? Shock absorber B, front right. Shock absorber B. Front right. Shock absorber B, front right. There we go. Just go and fix that one whilst I'm thinking about it. Assemble. Right. And the sway bar back on, so that didn't need replacing. Oh, there we go. What did need replacing was the brake pads. Were they any good? I forget. One brake pad. So, brake pad, where's my mouse? Brake pad, brake pad. Do 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 do. Okay. Brake pad, awesome, right. Caliper. Okay, that's on the right side and everything. And we've done all the suspension nonsense, I believe, on this side. Okay, so that's that side done. Ah, interesting, so we've taken the side off already. What do we need to replace? Oh, the axle. Front left axle. And a wheel by the looks of it as well. Front left, is it axle front left? No. Drive axle left, I guess. Just buy one, it'll be fine. Drive axle. Alright, that'll have to be screw bolted. Oh, and a Revton wind wheel. It's like wind, you know, like gonna wind it up. Revton wind up wheel. Whoop. Revton, oh, no, Revton van wheel. Oh! Oh, there it was, look, right next to it. Somehow invisible in plain sight. Alright. Bolt. Right, good. Okay, we're getting there. Now, I don't suppose that's fixed yet. Nope. I haven't even looked at the rear yet, to be fair. Okay, let's take off the rear wheels. Awesome. Brake caliper seems fine. Brake pad A and brake pad B. Brake disc also okay. Suspension arm is knackered and the bush is knackered. What about this thing? Shock absorber is fine. Trying to look at that bit. The annoying game. Right, come on. Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. Let's just stop looking under there. I'm just going to raise it up to look at the suspension anyway, so. Let's get the other wheel off. There's a bit of exhaust work there as well that he's doing. So, brake caliper's fine. Disc is fine. And both pads. Okay, bush needs to. Oh, bush is fine. Okay, we need to raise it up. Let's get any other stuff, so let's do that. I didn't check the exhaust at the front of the car. It doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible. So, can we do an examine? Yeah, it's fine. That's not fine, however. It's frustrating. Okay. Oh, I can't examine the front. Okay. Move back down the car? Yeah. Let's climb back down the exhaust. So we're going to have to take these off to get to the exhaust in the middle. So let's do that. Muffler middle needs to come off, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's not the calic converter. That's the both as well. Actually, that's the cat, and we don't know what the piece above that's like. Well, I'll leave it on for now. Or should I? Fumbles. Can we actually check in any way at all? It looks the same. It's fine. I'm going with it's fine in that sort of voice that says I'm not looking anywhere. I'm just going to guess. It's actually more fiddly than taking it off and on again. And then you have to fucking take it off again. Right, good. That's that. This needs to come off. Suspension arm, rear left A. The spring's fine. The shock absorber's fine. The spring's not fine. So, but to get the spring off, I have to remove this. Anyway, yeah, okay. That one, please. Bolt it. Oh. There you go, magic bolting. So, one rear spring. And this shock absorber, yes. Shocking. Right. So. All that crap. Right. Yeah, worry about the mufflers just yet. So suspension arm, rear left A. Suspension arm, rear left A. Suspension arm, rear left A. Okay, and what else did we need? We needed a suspension spring rear, shock absorber rear, suspension spring rear. Suspension spring rear, shock absorber rear. I want a fuel filter. Let's whack one of them in as well whilst we're here. Alright. The for fuel filter. Right, okay, let's stick those bits in. Nice and easy. Bolt there. Oh, do we need rubber bushes? I can't even remember. Let's check. Looks like signs point to maybe. Right, and over here we need to assemble the shock absorber will do for now. And then the spring, and then the suspension arm, which was not too bad. Oh, rubber bush. What's your bush like? Your bush isn't look great. 55% that'll do. Right, so I need a rubber bush and some exhaust bits. Oh, excuse me, I'm very sniffy. Rubber bush. And then some exhaust bits. Exhaust pipe rear and muffler middle. Where's my mouse? There we go. So, muffler middle. Just normal muffler middle, please. And I already forgot the other bit. Exhaust pipe rear. Exhaust pipe rear. Exhaust pipe middle. Alright. It behooves me to make sure that what it's called, the front part of the exhaust, this bit is any good. Can I check it here? Okay, that's fine. As I suspected. But you know, connect the rest of the bloody exhaust to it, might as well. Might as well know one way or t'other whether you're going to need to take it all out again. Right, so back into assemble mode, that bit. Bolt here. Righty-ho, and the muff in the middle. A middle muff. Sounds like an old period TV show. Middle March. Middle muff. Right you are, madam. I'll stick it in your middle muff. Oh dear. Right, let's put it down, put the wheels back on. Now, potentially, he said, knowing full well it won't be, potentially, that's everything sorted out. That'd be far too much to hope for. Right. Let's see. So, get on there, you see. Oh, a rubber bush. Forgot to put a rubber bush on. Rubber bush. Did I buy the rubber bush? Did I? Did I? Did I? Did I? Rubber bushing, yes I did. I assume we have to have... Oh, it's not even worth trying, is it? It has to be in the air, presumably, to stick a small piece of rubber in. I think one more important is it might be required to squeeze the suspension together or something. Is that fuel filtering as well? I forgot that too. Oh no, that's that. It looks like there's no texture there. It looks like a grey shape, but no, that's just how it looks when it's new. Okay, let's check the order. As suspected, it still isn't happy. Alright. So, high show conditions. There's a spring at the front. Okay. Anything else obvious? No. Nothing else obvious at all. Right, so spring at the front, you say. Oh, I missed that the first time. Yeah. How do I... What's going on? Can't I interact with it? Do I have to have it on the floor for this? Do I need to take the wheel off, is the other exciting question. I need to be in bloody December, that's what the problem is. After all these years. All these years. Saving back the years, because that's a lyric. Oh, I do need to take the wheel off. Oh, dem bones, dem bones. So I have to take the wheel bone off to get to the sway bar bone. I have to take the sway bar bone off to get to the suspension shock absorber bone. Take the shock absorber bone off to get to the suspension spring bone. Awesome. Then we go to the computer bone. I fear the simile is disappearing up its own arse at this point. But that won't stop me to get to the shop bone to get to the suspension spring front bone. And then you reverse all that, disappear up your own bottom, and hey presto. Go into assemble mode, and then find your spring bone, connect it to the shock absorber bone, connect it to the sway bar bone. Good. Wave, 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 yes. There we go. And sway low, sweet chariot. Coming forward to Revton wind you home. Revton wind it up. Wind it up. Come on. Yep, recalcitrant bolts. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Shiny, fresh, new, ready to go out after we've finished the other bits that I haven't yet discovered. Damn it. Do some balance, right? Yeah. Oh, I tell you what I didn't check. We're in disassemble mode. We are disassemble. That was okay. Still, it's been a while since I've checked an air filter. Huh. Nostalgia. Or another word that means something like it. Is it broken? Is it broken? It is broken. Yay! Now that's good because it means that might be the thing stopping us fix this car. Of course, when I put it in and it isn't, that'll be super annoying because there'll be one less obvious thing to check. But until then, I can live in a heightened scent of heightened scent. Smells like success. So yes, live in the La Vida Loca for now. Woohoo! This is so exciting. It's all really good and brilliant and excellent until it doesn't work, and then it's really annoying. Okay. Airflow meter. It's all metric. It's not an airflow foot. That would be smelly. Oh, come on. There we go. And I didn't look at how it go. 50%. Yeah, awesome. Ah, I'll tell you what. Let's put the crappy plastic mount now. A mountain? Crappy plastic mountain. Still not ticked, so it is slowly disappearing into the realm of the annoying. Front left, was this the wheel that was broken? Oh, I don't really remember. Okay, let's do another check. Oh. This is the bit where you look back on the video afterwards and go, oh, could you not see that obvious red thing that I'm obviously not seeing? Or maybe there's a bit that's orange, I don't know. I had a quick look in the clutch, I think that was this. Sort of cheaty check. Cheaty check! It's the all new kind of check. Now whether the developers decided to go and be a bit weird again about this, like having to put the wheel on the right bloody side of the vehicle, I'm not sure. Can we cheatily get inside the clutch? It's a bit of a revelation that you can do that. So if I'm like looking at the opposite wheel, and then we go in here. Can't see the condition of the friction plate, which might be an issue. So I guess if I can't easily tell what condition the clutch is in, I should probably give it a go. And it struck me as well, which is just code for saying that I've glanced at a list, that that just pouring in some fresh oil might not have been enough. I might actually need to replace the oil. So let's do that whilst we're here. Oops. Okay. So that's that. Come on, where's the oil? Tiny little hole that I remember never seeing on my first try at this. You see that definitely goes in there. You can see it's going there. Maybe in the past there's sometimes not enough oil for it to actually, you know, it just goes bloop very quickly. Okay, yes, sorry. Thinking and doing at the same time. Brain equals broken. Right, so the clutch, which means all the wheel, it's the usual job. Alright, so I'm probably going to speed this bit up, because we've all seen taking the clutch on a few times. And to be fair, I should have looked at it when I had the chance, when I had everything else off. with all the wheels off. Oh, whilst I remember, let's put some oil in. Because that's a job I was kind of halfway in the middle of. Oil. Gloop, gloop, gloopity gloop. Gloop, gloop, gloopity gloop. Right, let's see how close I got to the middle. Usually not very close, but you put in loads and loads and loads to get to that point. You think, oh right, well the middle's a way off yet, so I have to put quite a lot more in, but actually, just a tiny amount. Pretty much smack bang in the centre. Alright, awesome. Let's stick it in the air. I certainly don't care. So we need to get to that bit. I can't even fucking see it. That bit. But to do that we'll need to... it only connects to the front, of course, not a four-wheel drive. So I didn't have to take the rear wheels off. Alright. And apparently, perhaps even didn't need to raise it up in the air at the moment. So we need to take the front axles off. Exciting! In that way that things aren't exciting are. Right, so shiny new drive axle left and crusty. I can't remove from this side, of course. Can only reach around with certain tools like the bolterer. That's the name for the bolting device. Bolterer. And I need to come in through the front to get to the gearbox. I might need to take the starter motor off, of course. And by might I mean we'll have to take the starter motor off. Wow, it's not nearly as much of a work. You don't have to take the exhaust off, or the suspension, the axles. Good grief, that was much easier. I'd have probably just done it as part of the check if I'd realised. Well, that bit's okay. That I can't remove. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong part. Awesome. That was 21%. That wasn't obvious in my cheaty view. Just shows that cheats don't prosper. Or, you know, something. And this bit looks a bit dead as well. Oh, it is. I thought there was two pieces in there that we're looking at. They're okay, and one that I couldn't tell. It's kind of very different to that. Oh, before I look in there, because I didn't really take it in what I was doing, which is the bits I need to... Release bearing and friction plate. So clutch, release bearing and friction plate. Friction plate and release bearing. Okay, right. Easy peasy. So, assemble mode. Putting the ass into assemble. Pressure plate, nice and yellow. I mean, really, I think you'd replace all the parts at the same time, but whatever. Bolt, bolty bolty, bolt. Yeah, reach around. See, works for some things. Alright, then your axle, which I can only put on through the wheel hole. Okay, spin. Find me a doodad. Now, I seem to remember that it was the front right list. Just looking at my notes. Front right Revton wheel. So the new one has to be on the front right, just in case it's more of the nonsense. In fact, actually, let's test that. So let's put the right one on here. This might be another wheel nonsense issue, which might help some people if we know about that. Rear wheels, of course, are just any old iron. Any old iron. Right, so now theoretically, despite the fact that I think we have done everything now, it won't be complete. But I'm also hoping, as part of this theory... Oh yeah. Oh, we've got 100%. Oh yeah, of course, like I say, we've got that 100% axle that we bought from before. Oh well, I might as well use it now. So yes, the other thing I'm thinking is that although it will say we're not fixed, we just have to swap these front two wheels around, and providing we have got everything else right, which, okay, is a bit of a gamble, should be good. So first of all, let's check to see if that was everything by clicking on the right thing. Oh look, oh, it's not all ready. Oh. So let's do the experiment. Right, so this was the wheel that was broken before, I believe, and so now I'm going to put the fresh wheel on this side instead of the perfectly fine wheel that wasn't fresh. There we go. Yep, same problem as for Invoice 13, which I shall also go and mention in the forums. Okay, great. Well, thanks for bearing with me there. Glad we actually fixed it rather than having to do it again or anything. And if someone had commented about the right wheel being in the right place, I think I might have solved the other one beforehand as well. So hopefully my information will be useful if someone else finds it with a similar problem. Thank you very much for watching. There's only a couple more of these left now, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, I should hang on. Just make sure that it is actually going to go. Ha! Yeah, not had that problem for a while. So, is it my old favourite? It's not the engine cover. Cripes. Okay, what have we got in the inventorials? Quite a lot. Well, not really sure which bits it could be. Oh, yeah, the starter motor, of course. The bit I always forget to reconnect to the clutch. Well, the gearbox, in fact, not actually the clutch. There it is, look, tucked behind the engine. Alright, that could have been horrific, but it wasn't. And now it says no more parts to assemble, which I didn't look out for before. I was too excited about the wheels issue. Alright, so now that can move forward. Awesome. Okay, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.